Let me start by saying that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tax reform is not less disastrous than his all subsidies are gone. There are four elements in the tax reform. Two of which are said to remain as hitherto, untouched. One of the two is value added tax to the tune of 7.5%, remains the same. Secondly, that corporate income tax remains at 30%, so no change. The ones that are affected are also two. One, that anybody, so I have no issues with the first two because they remain as before, as Tinubu met them, or as has been existing until now before the reform. So they are not affected by the reform and I have no issues with them. I have issues with the ones that are affected by the so-called reform. One, that anybody earning less than 250,000 naira per month will be exempted from tax. So to be taxed, you have to be earning more than 250,000 naira per month, according to the new order that will take effect from January 1, 2026. The second thing is that personal income tax will no longer apply to businesses earning less than 50 million annually. If you're a business person and your business is earning you less than 50 million annually, you are exempted from tax. Again, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come from the perspective of his lack of sense of justice and equity. Yeah. How do you exempt able people, working people from tax as a nation, not as a workers' union like the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities? This is not a workers' association of equal members and ASU leadership exerting a percentage of each worker's monthly salary monthly. For what? Government, on the other hand, needs tax, thrives on tax to develop infrastructure and pay security agencies and those running government. So I don't want us to miss issues with what the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities leaders are doing. Pure corruption, pure abuse of power, pure exploitation. But with government, it is different. Government is running agencies on security and infrastructural development. That is the nature of government, to live on taxation. But a workers' union has no business other than if there is a dispute with the employers to call a meeting and decide how to approach the issue on ground. So it's a body of common workers, all of them on salary. So for the leaders to now amend the constitution to be exploiting members of 3% of each worker's monthly salary monthly is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that you should not exempt able-bodied working people from tax under any guise. Your business is to provide enabling environment for everybody, provide security for everybody, provide infrastructure for everybody, enabling environment, water, electricity, road, and so on. But if somebody is working, he owes government a tax. And if the percentage is equal for everybody, that is equity, that is justice. Meaning that whatever you are earning, you pay this percentage to government. So if you like, make more money. If the tax is 1.5% of monthly earning, if you make 50,000, it will be 1.5% of 50,000. If you make 1 billion, it will be 1.55% of 1 billion. So that is equity, that is justice for able-bodied people, not sick people, not incapacitated people. So what type of justice is this? So and Tinubu wants to, I know the trick of Tinubu. He wants to create distraction from all subsidies are gone. He wants to create distraction from his inability and lack of political will to end the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community and herdsmen terrorism. You see it? So you remove subsidy from basic necessities of life, and you are claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households. Even education subsidy gone, electricity gone, all things like that, only to be asking students to come for loan. How many students will you be able to provide loan? Are you the first person to rule Nigeria? So businesses making little money, we pay 1.5% of what they earn. Those earning big, we pay 1.5% of what they earn. That is how a country is run. And I remember Chief Obafemi Awolowo, he says, I will allow you to do your business. I will provide an enabling environment for you and collect tax to run security agencies and the government, provide infrastructure and the rest of it. I remember him vividly. That's what he said. At that time, I was a teenager, of course. But of course, by the time he died, I was already a reverend father. And, I was probably 30-something that time. So that is the issue. This so-called tax reform is fraught with anomaly, absurdity. It makes no sense whatsoever that able-bodied people, working people, so pay people just wages. That's your own. Pay living wages to people and get them to pay a percentage of that to government to run the country. That is how it should be, and not that you exempt some people from tax. What does that mean? Tinubu has now betrayed his total confusion. He's totally confused because he has no clear agenda on how to move Nigeria forward. So his renewed hope agenda is as deceptive as saying that we will bring down fuel price only to get power and move it to unprecedented levels, staggering levels, destroying the economy and killing people, killing businesses, and causing businesses to relocate from Nigeria. So tax reform, you want to exempt able-bodied people from paying tax. because you are making ill-gotten wealth from fuel. You now want to console poor people who can rise against you by saying I exempt you from paying tax. Let them pay tax, but pay them just wages. Whatever they earn, let them know the percentage of monthly income to be deducted from all and sundry. So it's your business whether you make a billion or you make 2,000 naira per month. Is your business. So you strive to make more money. So what the percentage you pay on it will not affect your standard of living. That's how it should be. And not to say able-bodied people are not sick, people are working to be exempt. If so, 50 million, if that 50 million is less than 1 naira, what happens? 250,000 per month. If that 250,000 is less than 1 naira, what happens? So what is absurd. The so-called reform is absurd. It's a total absurdity and should not be entertained. I think that Nigerians should rise against it. That this man has no clue what it means to run a country.